Plus, trapped in Eastern Europe as Russia invades Ukraine. The challenges a Central Florida missionary faces in his efforts to try to get back home. We are just 48 hours into that Russian invasion in Ukraine. There are concerns this situation's only going to get worse. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin. Lisa has the night off. Let's take a live look from the capital city of Kyiv, where early this morning, reporters on the ground say all is quiet, a stark difference from the explosions heard during the last 2 days. Here are the latest headlines. The U.S. Embassy in Ukraine warning Americans who are still in the country to find the nearest shelter. Quote, conditions may deteriorate without warning. Today, the UN Security Council voted on a resolution to demand Russia end its invasion, but Russia vetoed that resolution. A similar measure is expected to go to the UN General Assembly. The U.S. and its NATO allies have also agreed to send troops to help protect allies in Eastern Europe. U.S. forces are not in Ukraine right now. Meanwhile, the U.S. and the European Union have also agreed to freeze the assets of Russian President Vladimir Putin and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Now, the situation's been building for weeks. Some were able to get out before the worst of it began. But as one Central Florida missionary has learned, getting away from this chaos is far from easy. News 6's Troy Campbell joins us now in studio. So, Troy, he has left Ukraine, but he is still far from home.
It's been quite the ordeal and also a journey. The teen's mother tells us for the past month, her son has been traveling from city to city, evacuating Ukraine to avoid a military invasion. Finally arriving to an airport in Romania tonight, she hopes her son will soon be back home in Orlando.
19-year-old John Liu's family says when he arrived to Ukraine last July, he was excited to not only serve as a missionary with the LDS Church, but also to reconnect with relatives, including an uncle who won a gold medal representing Ukraine in the 1996 Olympics. His time in Ukraine would get cut short with an increased likelihood of a Russian military invasion.
So they did close the neighboring town for the missionaries, and they moved them to Kyiv. And then once the State Department was telling the embassy families to get out, that's when they decided, okay, we're going to evacuate.
His mother, Misty Liu, says their plan was to have their son fly out of Moldova. However, once Russian missiles launched into Ukraine, Moldova closed its airspace. Liu, with the help of his church, relatives, and his mother on FaceTime, is believed to be in his final hours overseas. His mother says he will get on a flight to Orlando this weekend after nearly 8 months overseas.
Just being able to give him a big hug and to, see him and, feed him, what all moms want to do, and just get him to sleep because he's been exhausted.
Leaving behind relatives and people he met while in Ukraine, Liu's mother says he's still concerned about the outcome of the ongoing situation.
He was worried about the people he had come to love and serve.
And if evacuating out of the Ukraine wasn't enough of a task, Liu tested positive for COVID-19 last month when he first attempted to leave. He has since fully recovered, but nonetheless, his time in quarantine did result in a delay. His mother is hopeful he could arrive in Orlando as soon as tomorrow. Matt?
I bet that is one nervous mama. Thank you very much, Troy. We'll stay with News 6 for the latest developments on the situation in Ukraine. It changes by the moment. You can follow those updates at clickorlando.com and on News 6 mornings starting at 5 a.m.